Will could die. Will and Jonathan, bye-bye, whatever. I'm starting to like him. I wanted him to go, but now that he, has powers. Hello, my beautiful Dusty Buns. Today, once again, we will be talking about 7-Eleven and Hot Will. Okay.
Now, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We post videos every single week. They're super fun, super amazing. You're gonna love them.
And if you don't know who we are, I'm Angelina.
I'm Scarlett.
And I'm Annabella.
And welcome to WAG Podcast.
All right, speaking of WAG Podcast, we have a very special guest on the pod. We have... Won't stick. We have no one other but the Will.
The Will. I think we need to talk at that moment because that...
Whoa.
I mean, that's a little change right there.
Number one, he dropped the bowl cut. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. That was... Thank you, Duffer Brothers. But secondly, he's hot. And he has powers.
Let's talk about that in the last episode about Stranger Things that we talked about. You were like, Will could die. Will and Jonathan, bye-bye, whatever. He's ugly, whatever. How do you feel about that now?
So, okay, I still stand with Jonathan can die. I don't care. But Will, I'm starting to like him. I wanted him to go, but now that he, has powers and he's, cool, I don't want him to die anymore.
Yeah, this whole end scene, perfection. But also, you're making me wait a whole month. I have to wait a whole month until I get to see what happens after this. Which, speaking of, Will laying there and then having all these memories of him and Mike. Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
Byler, I feel is happening.
Okay, I do gotta say, someone made a really good point on Instagram. Number one, how are they supposed to pull that together within 4 episodes after they've had the buildup of 11 for 4 seasons? I think that's a little crazy. Secondly, do you remember when Robin was in the cave and she was talking about how she had this big crush on this girl in kindergarten, but they never got together because Steve actually stole the girl from her and they dated and then he dumped her and stuff? Do you remember when she was telling that to Will?
Kind of, yeah.
I feel like that's perfect for the girl that Robin had a crush on but never worked out with. I feel like that's Mike. I feel like Mike is the reason why he is now, gay, but I don't think they're gonna get together.
Now, I have a little theory I was just coming up with in my mind. What if 11 dies? 11 dies, and then, but then, how, the epilogue, and it's, what if it jumps to, 5 years later, and Will and Mike are together then, because then 11's out of the picture for years, eventually he's moved on, and then it's Mike and Will.
Okay, I feel like I'd be heartbroken. I'd be like, oh, that was a fast move on. Okay, but can we just talk about, because this scene was a shocker. I mean, no one thought that Will was going to get powers, but let's just say, first off, he saved everybody by just moving his hands, going or whatever.
Harnessed Vecna's powers.
When I saw this scene and then he's wiping the blood, my mouth was on the floor. I was like, where has this Will been all 4 seasons? Since when did that little dorky man turn into that hot, sweaty, wet hair? I mean, man.
Yeah, no, he was gorgeous in this scene. I think most straight people question themselves because, he is that gorgeous, okay? He is gorgeous, and it took, 7-Eleven, 3 seasons to finally harness her powers. It took him 2 minutes.
It took him a heartbreak. It took him a heartbreak of realizing, man, you know what it took? It took Mike's into people with powers. What do I need to do? That's what I need to do. The whole noseblood thing, that's 11's thing. That's my thing. He's
now,
it's mine.
Do you guys think since he does have powers, he's going to be a bigger target?
Oh, duh.
You think maybe, because we do know these new 3 videos that are episodes that are being posted, people are going to die. I don't think he'll die just yet, but maybe he is the key to,
Will's for sure
everything.
dying in the finale if he's dying.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it makes him more of I don't think it makes him a target. I just think it makes him more of, okay, when they go to kill Vecna, he's dying too because he can harness his powers in the hive mind. That's all still a little confusing to me.
Speaking of Vecna, He walked out with a snatched waist. He walked in strutting. Did y'all see the scene where he turned that guy's head into a freaking bowling ball? He stuck his... My mouth went to the floor with that because Vecna's changed a lot. Like, a lot.
He's got some good shoulder pads.
Well, he was pretty ugly. Like, he was really ugly. Look, I'm not saying he's good looking now, but like, no. I mean, like when he was in full like demon form or whatever. I mean, he looks like old skin. It was gross, but like this season, like he had a glow up. It looks good.
He's had a glow up summer. He's out for revenge.
He looks like a full on villain now.
Yeah, no, I
love it. The shoulder pads, the everything.
All right, you know what else is awesome? Mike and Nancy's mom, Karen. She literally, hate Ted, but she literally grabbed a wine bottle, she broke it, and she slaughtered that Demogorgon. And I mean, I'm so glad she like did not die. I would have been devastated if Karen died. I would not have been if Ted died.
You know who isn't awesome? Yeah, exactly, Ted. Oh my gosh. Like, can we just talk about he's golfing and then here's okay, first off, if I heard noises, I would not continue golfing. I would go immediately check on my family.
Or like the lights flashing.
He's just like, stand back with this little golf club. I'm so sorry. Like, if I saw a monster standing, I'm like, stand, I'd be like, nope, I'm out the door. I'm like yelling, Karen.
You went in to check on your family. And then you're just gonna leave them.
I'd probably do is try and get it distracted and then run so it chases me.
No, see, you're the type of person to run and then trip and fall on your face.
Exactly.
Scarlett, I think, would be the only one to survive something like that.
Thank you.
She's the only one who has critical thinking. I would just cry on the spot.
Yeah. You know,
I'm good under pressure.
I will say, like, I 100% think, like, here's the thing. Moms are the best, okay? They're strong and they're powerful and they're, like, everything, okay?
Clock it.
Moms are the coolest, especially that mom. Okay. I bet she was terrified, and especially this is how I knew. I'm like, where did Nancy all get this cool stuff where Nancy's not afraid and mom's like
her mother
come at me, and I'm like, well, my favorite line was like, don't touch my daughter.
Stay away from my daughter.
And then she just started like going at I honestly thought when the Demogorgon got her, she was done. I honestly thought that.
My mouth was like, I was like, wow. So she's dead. So
I honestly thought the dad was dead first. I was like, oh, that man, like, cause he just like flew through the wall.
Yeah,
like,
I thought,
boom.
Ted's gone. Okay.
Speaking though of Karen's daughter Holly, I'm sorry if a monster just like killed my mom in front of me and then like brings me to this alternate dimension, and then I'm just gonna trust Mr. Whatsit. You know what? You're protecting me, Mr. Whatsit, after you destroyed my family.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was a little crazy.
Do we think that Karen and Ted are gonna live?
Oh yeah.
Because where they were in the hospital bed and didn't hear anything from them. No update on them. Are they living? Are they dying?
Now, here's something crazy, okay? In the trailer, we had Lucas carrying Max in the hospital, in the elevator. My biggest thing is, okay, so that's happening where he's carrying Max. Where is, what's happening with Nancy's parents? Are they still in the hospital? Are they, like, gone?
Were they possessed?
Like,
were they possessed and the hospital got taken over?
Yeah.
Because Holly's gone already, but maybe Demogorgon's trying to get... maybe the Demogorgon's trying to get Max's body so it like comes through the ceiling, and then Lucas is there and he has to get her and run, and that's when it's chasing her.
That's a man right there. A man? No. Let's just say the standards. A man not only visits you at the hospital, not only plays your favorite song, but also carries you and grabs her radio to make sure she's all good. I mean... That's what really made me mad? That's husband material right there.
Yes. You know what really made me mad? Is when Max was in the Upside Down and then the opening happened and she could see Max and she was right there to freedom. This girl jogged. I would have sprinted. Did you see how slow she ran to try and get there?
She straight up like walked like she was walking to school.
And she paused for like at least 20 seconds. I'm like, It made me. I started tweaking.
I was yelling. I was like, run.
Have you seen
run.
that meme of that one guy? He's in court and he literally jumps the judge.
Yeah.
I would literally, if there was a portal, that would be me jumping the portal. Just boom.
Absolutely. Can't
Okay,
even
you
believe
know
it.
another character that was freaking hilarious was Derek.
I love delightful Derek.
He is so delightful. He was hilarious. I mean, him, kumbaya, and then full on whack. And then kumbaya, and then whack. That was hilarious.
Can we also talk about the fact that he needed a stunt double to run?
Yes. No, he needed a stunt double to like run up the stairs up the barn.
Yeah.
That's what he needed. And I have a feeling he's gonna die.
I hope
I don't
not.
want him to die because I'm so like invested.
No, I feel like in the next 3 episodes he's gonna get slimed, bro.
Let's also talk about the fact that like Steve and everyone destroyed his house. Destroyed his house. As if like the parent also Derek came with, but what happened to the rest of his family? They're
just-
sitting in the barn.
They're just tied up sitting in the barn.
They're just tied up sitting in the barn.
No, Erica literally drugging the Eat your darn pie. that had to be one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah.
She is so funny.
No, she is great. I love Erica.
Yeah.
Did you know that Noah Schnapp though actually tackled Derek? Like the scene that they kept in, he actually tackled.
Yeah,
there
and
was
I
no
guess
stunt double.
He like scraped his knees and he's like, "That was a great job, Noah. Good job."
Yeah, it was so cute. I love all of that.
No, but like seriously, back to the house. Like, okay, if I was in their position and I'm like, okay, we're gonna destroy the house, what are you gonna say? Are you just gonna bring everyone back and be like, so sorry, your house got like ruined? There's barbed wire. Your wine stuff fell. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
To be
no clue.
honest, I bet you the family probably isn't gonna make it. They won't even know.
They may not. Who knows? But dude, I have no idea.
Okay,
No
can I
clue.
tell y'all the conspiracy I have on Mr. Whatsit?
Yes.
Go for it.
Because I don't think Mr. Whatsit is evil. I actually think that is the last good part of Vecna, like in his brain. Because number one, why on earth would he give Holly music? He gave her music, which is insane because that's the one thing that stops, Vecna.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, yes, he's kidnapping little kids, and I totally get that and stuff. But at the same time, I don't think he's a bad guy. I think that's the last good part of him because inside the original play that they did, I forgot what it was called, but it showed that the kid was originally a good kid, and then he got kidnapped into Dimension X, and then when he came back, he got possessed by the Mind Flayer. So I think the cave system,
Yes, my brain is like exploding just thinking in my mind right now.
Yeah, so I believe that Mr. Whatsit is the last good part of Vecna, and I think, I don't know, I think that's
Yes.
last good part of him.
I have a theory to add on to that about the cave. Remember when Max was sharing and she was like in the cave? And then when Henry or Mr. Whatsit, when he was like in there, he couldn't go in the cave because he was too afraid. Now, if we jump into the upside down, we see that massive wall that circles the whole upside down. What if it correlates, and what if on the other side of that wall is like the Mind Flayer and like the hive where all the kids are at is there? Or what if, do you remember when in the beginning when Hopper and Elle like found Holly's shoe right on the outside?
yeah.
What if on the other side of that wall is like the memories or whatever? And those I bet those walls have something to do with each other.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, now we gotta talk about something that was giant. Okay, when I seriously thought when 11 opened up that door, it was gonna be some monster. It was gonna be something. Like, I have no idea what it was gonna be. I did not think it was going to be 8. I had no idea. 11's sister, that was mind-boggling. Now, my theory is, so Erica, when it was her, Erica, Eddie, Dustin, Lucas, all of them in the Hellfire Club, she rolled a 20 and defeated Vecna. Here's the thing. 11 plus 8 plus 1 equals 20. So imagine all 3 of them decide, come
Pretty
together.
sure that equals 18.
Wait, what? No.
11 plus 8 is 19. Plus
1 is 20.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, no way. Okay, making sure.
Because Will was, I guess, like the first like kid to get kidnapped.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then defeats, they are the power. They're the power team.
Power team.
Agreed.
Yeah, I could see that. I have a weird feeling about 8 that I feel like she's going to be evil because the Duffer Brothers said that one big thing, because they asked for like a slight like spoil, they said the word traitor. So I feel like rather it's going to be 11 who's a traitor or it's going to be 8.
I think it's going to be Holly.
No, so I agree with Holly. So I saw this theory on the internet last night, and I thought it was so good. So basically, when Holly was walking in the woods and she got scared because she didn't know it was Max, she dropped her telescope or whatever it was.
Yeah,
her little whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And she dropped it. So my thing is, I think Henry's gonna go in the woods, find that. When she comes back, he's gonna be like, I knew you were in the woods. And then he's gonna threaten her somehow, something where then she's gonna have to force Max to go out of hiding. I think she's gonna be the traitor.
Oh, yeah. That's actually a good conspiracy.
I think episode 6 is the episode. It's like called Escape the Camazotz or something. I think that's episode 6. And remember when Holly was talking to Max, they were talking about where they're in. It's like Escape the Camazotz, and they referenced that. I feel like that's the episode they try to escape, and maybe she's out of her coma then. I don't know. Hopefully. Maybe.
Okay, you know what really confused me though? So do you remember when Max was going through the memories and then she went into the high school and then she picked up that flyer, like it had the word Henry Creel and then it had Ted Wheeler and then it had, Karen.
Joyce Hopper.
But this is the thing, is that the Dr. Brennerham or whatever his name, Papa, he took Vecna or Henry when he was like 11. So it doesn't make sense if he was in high school.
I don't know if he took him when he was in high school or not. See, I don't remember.
Here is a giant theory. I was just, when you were talking about Vecna. Okay, so when Holly was in that girl's room and she was opening dresses, there was an image and it was Henry's family, but there was no girl. It was a brunette guy.
Yeah, it wasn't Henry's family. I saw that.
It was his parents, and it was him, but not the sister. It was a brunette dude.
Weird.
It was a boy.
Weird.
And, like, you think about it, it's like, who's that guy? Because they played, like, a solid, like, 2-3 seconds on that image, and I know the Duffer Brothers are like, that's a clue. I don't know who that dude is.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Maybe the Mind Flayer is actually, like, that boy. Like,
Weird.
It could be this whole dynamic, because it's like, why go after Henry?
Yeah.
Because if that boy has something to do with it, I don't know what, but that boy does.
You know the
Yeah.
Back to the Future conspiracy? So the Duffer Brothers make like a lot of references like throughout the show to Back to the Future. And you know that they're coming up on the day that Will got kidnapped, right? Mm-hmm. And so everyone thinks, because in the beginning, very beginning, first episode.
No escaping.
Yeah, no escaping us. The first episode, you remember how that lock got like unlocked? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, everyone thought that it was like the Demogorgon or Vecna, but the Duffer Brothers confirmed that it was not Vecna because they didn't have that like written out for him, and Demogorgons don't have telepathic abilities.
Yeah.
So they think that 11 is going to go back in time because Will needs to be kidnapped for the world to be saved. So she's the one who undid the lock.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Duffer Brothers refer to season 2 a lot, actually. They said, I saw it in an interview, that to go back and rewatch season 2, because that was one to like go back on. And there's so many clues in that, because that's where 8 was, that's where her sister was. Mm-hmm. So I guess it makes sense that it happens there. And it's all about like the Mind Flayer, I feel, in season 2. Right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's when Will, like in the middle of it, like they heat him up really hot so it like gets out of him or something like that. I feel like it's all there.
Now, okay, so let's talk about the trailer. So the trailer we got at the very beginning when we were first like before the season hit is a lot of the trailer images or in videos haven't been shown until these new 3 episodes. And one of them is somebody falling from the sky. I'm just saying, okay? It's probably my hot Eddie falling from the sky, okay? He's probably going to fall down, have his guitar, and him and Dustin are going to roll in and roll out and, like, defeat.
I hate to burst your Eddie bubble, but unfortunately, the Duffer Brothers confirmed that Eddie will not be inside season 5.
I don't believe the Duffer Brothers, okay?
Yeah. I hate to burst the bubble here, but I personally think it's probably going to be someone like Max or honestly Jonathan. I think it's Jonathan. There is this scene where Jonathan is with Nancy. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that hasn't been showed yet. And there's like a Demogorgon coming from the sky.
People
like
are
looking
saying it's
down.
not a Demogorgon, it's a person.
Whatever it is that's in there is coming after him, and maybe it like puts a hole underneath him and like boom, falls, whoa, in the sky, something like that.
Have you heard the foreshadowing though of the cell tower? Because we know in the trailer, it was a Demogorgon or something was climbing the cell tower, and we know that Jonathan and Steve climbed the cell tower for fun to like turn on the power. But people think it's foreshadowing that they're gonna have to go back up there to do something with the power, and Steve says to stay back with Nancy because Jonathan's planning to propose to her, and that's where Jonathan's death happens, and then he falls.
Let's talk about
Steve's death.
Let's talk about the Steve and Jonathan dynamic here for a minute, because what is happening? They're like macho men fighting for Nancy's love here.
Yeah, but like here's the one thing though, it's more like the last season it was more fun to watch. Like it was really cute seeing the Steve Nancy moments. We haven't had a cute Steve Nancy moment yet, and I'm like been waiting. Now I have a theory, and it's gonna break my heart because I think it's gonna be hurt, and it's not gonna it's about Jonathan though. I generally think Jonathan's gonna be one of the people that die, and I think she's gonna find that case with the ring, and it's gonna completely heartbreak her. Do I think she'll turn into Rambo and like just start shooting people? Yes, but I think that's so sorry. I could just totally see Nancy just full Rambo gear, but I'm just saying, I think Jonathan is going to die. And I think Nancy's going to go on a full killing spree.
I have a theory that Robin's dying in the next episode. So,
really?
Robin's had a lot of screen time these last 4 episodes versus in season 4.
So much.
She's had a lot of screen time. My thought. 5th episode. It's called Shock Jock, okay? The internet was helping me with this, okay? It's called shock jock. The definition of a shock jock is a radio host who says offensive things. That's basically the whole gist of what a shock jock is. In the beginning, episode 1, we see Robin talking on the radio, and then Steve is saying, yep, one day, like, the military is not going to be happy with you because she's just making these little digs, and I have a feeling that she's dying in the next episode, in the one titled Shock Jock. Or if she's not dying, it's about her or about something to do with that.
I would cry. And her girlfriend is still at the restaurant waiting for her. Like, I realized that. I'm like, she is still waiting for her. And, Robin's just not going to show up, which I do kind of feel bad.
I do feel bad.
You know who I think is going to die? So all 4 boys were eating, they were on this interview and they were eating spicy chicken. And it was Will or Mike, and it was basically like, Dustin's gonna die, and all the boys look at the one guy.
He did
I'm
say
like,
that.
I feel like he would get into so much trouble with the Duffer Brothers. I really feel like
but it's like, Steve doesn't die. Everybody loves Steve, but like, here's the one thing about, Dusty Buns, where is Dustin's girlfriend at?
Oh, you're so right,
like,
Angelina.
have we ever thought, like, the guy in the van also disappeared. We had like 2 people.
Argyle
disappeared, and Dusty Buns disappeared.
Yeah,
I'm like, maybe he's in his emo era.
Even Dustin really did disappear. He now looks like Eddie. Yes. He now acts like Eddie. He now gets bullied, gets beat up all the time, dude. And what happened to the Steve and Dustin dynamic? They're not best friends.
They're fighting.
They're fighting, and they're hating on each other. and they're getting
Yeah.
mad at each other.
Speaking of
I don't
Dustin,
like
look
it.
at your shirt. It's so cute.
It is really, really great.
Yeah, I
look
picked
at the
that
Teen
out.
Dustin.
Little teeth. So
Exactly.
cute.
No, that's cute.
You're covering up your Steve.
Oh yeah, so I have a Steve thirst trap, hoodie thing, and
course.
Angelina has a shirtless Eddie.
I have a shirtless Eddie. I have multiple shirtless
Man,
Eddie.
I thought that was Billy for a second too.
Oh wait,
Oh, now here's the thing. You know what'd be funny is if Billy came back, but not like in visions and stuff. Like if 11 or
Like in the
Max-
memories?
Like in the memories.
I'd kind of like that'd be kind of cool. Like
would
I've seen all these AI stuff of like Billy and Max like talking like on set like before they go, and I'm like, obviously it's AI because you can like tell, but I'm like that would be so cool like in the caves and in that sort of stuff.
He sees him. Yeah.
She like sees him, and maybe that's her motivation to keep going.
Yeah,
Or
I'm just so excited for the reunion of like Lucas and Max. If he does not just like princess pick her up and like, dude, she's been in a coma for how long? I mean, like, I understand you might be running from a Demogorgon, but like a kiss is deserved for not only us but you. But
I do
come
gotta
on.
say, the actor who plays Lucas said that there is a very different outcome for Lucas than the rest of the characters.
what?
Yeah, I just saw that this morning that the guy who plays Lucas said that. If he dies, I will.
He could die.
I love Lucas. I think he's a great character. He's funny. I mean, especially when he like the first season when he's like 11 has powers. It's none of you guys freaking out about. Like he has the most logic.
He was
in
the
friend
most
group.
real. you
Yeah,
know?
he is
Like,
most
he's
real.
just
Like none of this is
hilarious.
normal. Like keeping it down to earth for us.
Yeah, I just hope no one dies because I don't want to cry on Christmas Day. You know, like that would just ruin my Christmas. Is if like this man, if he dies, Jonathan, I don't care. If Steve dies, I'm gonna cry. Lucas, anybody, it's just gonna be a terrible, terrible day.
Yeah, no. Okay. I think Jonathan's for sure dying.
How many people are supposed to die?
It said 4, but no one
It
died
said
in the
4 in the first 5, right? Or like 5.
Okay,
in the
they're not
first
gonna
5?
have everyone die in the last one. So
They could
a
do
couple.
that.
I think at least two people are gonna die.
I think
in
between
this
the
one.
5th and the 7th episode, I think at least 3 main characters are dying.
Okay, my
Maybe
thing is-
4. Like they're all like 2-hour episodes. Like it's a long.
I'm emotionally not gonna be.
I
okay.
did hear the Duffer Brothers say, they said that out of all like the deaths that they've had for people,
This one will be the most gruesome.
that there's one that is the most just emotional, dramatic, the biggest death is in this episode. And I think it's going to Will, because he's been here the longest. If any actor or any of
Like
the
worse
characters,
than Bob's. Okay, Bob's death was. I loved Bob's. Okay,
bad.
Bob's death was bad.
So sorry for Elle's dad, but like I loved Bob. Okay, I'm so sorry. But it's just like that was a gruesome death. That was like when I
even
first watched
Chrissy
it,
too. I mean, hers was pretty bad.
that was awful. I'm like, it's worse than that. Like, and especially if it's one of our favorite characters, I'm gonna be destroyed.
No, you know who's gonna be more destroyed is Joyce if she loses Jonathan and Will.
oh my
Oh,
gosh,
I wouldn't even wanna think- I would cry.
not unless she goes.
I thought
could
about
die.
that. Maybe Joyce goes, but then I'd be like, because you know what? This is the theory. Nobody's talking about Joyce. Everybody said every other
one.
character, and maybe Duffer Brothers is like, we're gonna do something very unexpected
Expected.
and get rid of Joyce.
I saw this thing this morning on Instagram, so I can never tell if this is true or not. But someone said that the Duffer Brothers had said that that the next 3 or 4 episodes have even more plot twists and craziness than the first 4. And to me, episode 4 was The Sorcerer was a masterpiece. It was a masterpiece.
Yes,
Thank
it
you,
was.
Duffer Brothers. It was great, but now I have to still wait another few weeks.
well, it was really funny when Will just went. Like, what is he? Like I saw a couple where it's like if he had to save another person, he would just lift up his leg. I don't know, but that was like that scene. I was like,
Or
wow.
in the trailer when he yells "run," haven't come across that
We
either.
haven't. I think so.
I think that's going to be in the 5th one right after.
So in the trailer, there is a scene where all these demi-dogs came through the portal, and that's how Lucas goes and grabs Max, how other thing. I think he's gonna see the demi-dogs and realize, oh no, like there's like hundreds of them coming, and that's where he sees it and he's telling everyone to run.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot that has not happened from the trailer yet, and it's like freaking me out.
And
I'm
see,
like, oh my
Noah
God.
Schnapp with his just wonderful spoils. He said when they were doing the fried chicken thing, like the other day or something, he goes, "Yeah, no, Vecna doesn't control the mind flare. The mind flare controls him." And you could just see all the actors like, next to him, like
they would.
Are you kidding me?
Like they were doing the spicy wing challenge, and Noah had to like summarize every season. And when he got to season 2, he was like, the mind flayer is controlling Vecna and Will is building the tunnels. He said Will's building the tunnels. I feel like we never were told that. We were never supposed to know that Will built the tunnels. And I heard the key word for this season is traitor, as we had talked about earlier. Maybe we flash back to season 2 because the Duff Brothers had said to watch season 2, and in that season he built the tunnels, and that's why he knows everything, and he's a secret spy. And maybe he's the traitor and Holly's a traitor, or just one.
I hope. Imagine, actually, this would be crazy. Like, the biggest plot twist is Max is the traitor. Like, Max, like, somehow, like, some way, like, changed her when she was in Vecna's. Like, she's in Henry's mind. Like, imagine she's the actual traitor. I'm not saying, like, when she returns. I'm saying, like, when she's with Holly or something.
Oh, I doubt that.
I don't want that to happen. That'd be so sad.
That would be really sad. No, I can't. As long as I'm just good, as long as Max, Dustin, and Steve and Lucas, if they don't die, I'm
happy.
good.
I'm happy.
I would be sad if the other characters died.
I'd be so sad if Derek died.
Oh, actually,
Like,
yeah.
Dude, I'd turn into Rambo and jump through the screen and be like, I'm about to blow.
I've really grown to like him. He was really sweet. He's really cute, and he's just
I loved
so
when
nice.
he was like, guard, I'm so sorry, but I've seen what's happening, and I know you cannot protect us, and the guard hits him in the head.
Yes, I
was
love
that was
everything Derek
funny,
says.
okay?
I loved
And the fact that he's taken now. And now all him and those and all the kids at the very, very end, they're all taken to the upside down.
Yeah, they all got, like, kidnapped. I felt so bad for all the little kids.
Oh, one last little theory I have talking about this. When Will's painting with the red on the barn, and you look at the overview, he's like, there was a kid in every single one of these spikes or spires or whatever he calls that. And I think I'm sorry, Derek, that's where you're going. I'm just so sorry. But after the overview, if you look, it looks like an outline of the mind flare. Like, if you look at the mind flare and some of the things that they had said, or like the picture that they showed when Will was getting taken from him and the mind flare was in front of Will, if you look at that overview and then connect it to that one, they look pretty similar.
Well, it also looks like, do you remember the teacher, which so glad he's back, literally love him. When he was on the drawing board, he literally drew the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the alternate.
He drew like the loophole.
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
loophole. So I'm pretty sure that's just the loop. I don't think that was the mind flare because it didn't look like it to me.
Well,
it could
that's what I think. Watch, I'm right.
We're about to find out. Speaking of Derek, I have to say this. His laugh when his dad passed out was hilarious. When he was like hysterically laughing. Okay, if my dad passed out, I'd be so concerned.
I would
Him
laugh
just
too.
straight laughing is like, I would be like running, trying to help my dad, and Derek is like, I don't give a crap about my dad. Okay,
Yeah,
that
he's
was hilarious.
I know.
That was.
I can't even. I am so excited to watch what's going to happen in volume 2. I'm scared. I'm
petrified.
I'm really, really scared. I'm going into this scared. And I'm also kind of afraid for volume 3 because we have not been played a single clip from the trailer that's going to be in the last one.
Yep, the characters, they're cooked.
Which means every last little clip that is showed in the trailer is happening in the next 3 episodes that we're getting.
That is insane. Well, if you guys liked this episode, please make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit the like button because we want to give more videos like these to you guys.
Yeah, comment below what you guys want us to do, want us to see. We post videos every single week.
And again, follow our socials because we'll put a before we start the video and after we finish the videos, and it's either us really happy, us shocked, or we're just
crying.
bawling our eyes out.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Bye.